Manchester United finally looks like they're finding a new manager, and it looks like Ole is finally going to be out the door, and it is about time after that shocking result against Liverpool. But the true question here is, who's up next? Is it Antonio Conte? Is it Zinedine Zidane? Or is it Ten Hag? Guys, this is a very interesting question, and this will determine the future of Manchester United. But for me right now, it's really between Antonio Conte and Zinedine Zidane. Personally, I want Ten Hag. I'll make a separate video on Ten Hag. But this is Antonio Conte versus Zinedine Zidane. Who would I prefer? Who do I think is going to be the manager? And who do I think is going to be the guy for the job after Ole is probably going to be sacked today or tomorrow? But guys, before we jump into things, make sure to drop a sub down below. Really helps out the channel and really helps me out a lot. Drop a like down below. Really helps me out in the algorithm. And let me know what you guys think down below in the comments if it's time for Ole out. And who do you guys think is the man? Conte, Zidane, or someone else? But guys, we'll jump straight into things. Like I said, the true question here is Conte or Zidane. Yes, you could say there's so many other options in Graham Potter, Brendan Rodgers, Ten Hag. There's so many different managers out there, world class. You could always go to Julian Nagelsmann, Mauricio Pochettino. Those guys are locked down. For me, the true two contenders or really guys running for this job is Antonio Conte and Zinedine Zidane. Really, the front runner right now is Antonio Conte. You've seen so many rumors out there right now. Sky Italy, you saw Damazio, you saw Fabrizio Romano, you saw all of the top dons, all of the top reporters, all of the transfer gurus like Romano, Damazio, Sky Italy. Everyone out there is saying Conte has been contacted. Conte is ready to take the job. And it's very interesting because when you look at Conte, he never goes into a job mid-season. Conte is a man who's very strategic. He likes to have his plan in place before the season started, and he likes to go with his team into preseason, get his philosophy, get his system into play, and he likes to go into the season with his side. And Conte is a very interesting manager in the way he manages. He is a Jose Mourinho style manager. And for me, I'm kind of convincing myself that I want Antonio Conte just because the board want Antonio Conte by the looks of it. But the reason I don't want Conte is because I think, yes, we will by far come out with this as if we do get Conte, we'll come out with it having a title of some sort, either a Champions League or a Premier League. I can guarantee we will. With the squad we have and the kind of manager of the caliber Antonio Conte is, we'll come out with a title. Premier League or Champions League will have a title. But the thing is, when Conte leaves your club, he leaves it in a worse state than it was. Just like when he left Chelsea, just like when he left Inter Milan this summer, you could argue it wasn't in a worse state, but they were in debt. Romelu Lukaku left, Achraf Hakimi left, Antonio Conte left. It was a very interesting state that Antonio Conte left Inter Milan in, like he left Chelsea in. And that's the only thing that worries me about Antonio Conte. I just don't think his system is going to suit a Manchester United style. Obviously, he's more of a defensive style manager, playing with wing backs, more than likely going to set up into three in the back. And do I think we have the center backs for three in the back? I think we have Maguire. I think we have Varane, Lindelof, or Bailly. I think it's going to be very interesting to see who he favors, how he's going to rotate the midfield. I think he would play Van de Beek. I think it'd be very interesting to see how Conte sets up. But another thing is, Conte is a Jose Mourinho 2.0. He is a psychopath on the pitch. He is a crazy, crazy man, and he's a crazy manager. I love Antonio Conte. I love what he did at Chelsea. But the thing is, I don't know if I'd take him at Manchester United. Just the fact that the way the board handled Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, my bad guys, Jose Mourinho at Manchester United was they just couldn't handle Jose Mourinho. And I don't know how they'd be able to handle an Antonio Conte coming in, demanding what he wants to demand, being insane, being crazy, just like Jose was, playing the same kind of football, but getting more of the team, getting more goals, winning trophies. I just don't know how they would work with Antonio Conte because he's not going to be a yes man. He's not going to be an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So it's going to be very interesting if they do want to go with Antonio Conte because it is looking like they want to go with Conte more than a Zinedine Zidane, more than an Erik Ten Hag. So it's going to be very cool to see what they do. But for me, I don't think Antonio Conte is the right fit for the style Manchester United want to play. They don't play his kind of style. I don't think they have the right kind of players for an Antonio Conte kind of style. And like I said, he's an insane kind of manager. He's not a yes man. He won't kiss up to the board. The board won't be able to handle him, just like the Jose Mourinho situation. And it is very ropes if you get Antonio Conte on board. And like I said, he's going to leave the club in a worse situation than it was, but it will have trophies. On the other hand, you bring in Zinedine Zidane. For me, Zidane keeps the club intact when he leaves. He leaves it in a very good state. probably a youthful side, a side that's won great trophies. Look at Zidane winning 3 Champions Leagues at Real Madrid when he wasn't really a manager on the scene. He was phenomenal at Real Madrid. And he is a manager without a job right now. And same with Antonio Conte. But for me, if I was going to look at these two managers, I'm taking Zinedine Zidane. He's leaving your club in a better position. He's playing more attacking, free-flowing football, not defensive style like Conte is going to play. He's not going to be a yes man per se, but he's also not going to kiss up to the board. And he's also not going to give it to him all the time, but he probably will give it to him every once in a while. And I just find it interesting that Zidane isn't ahead of Conte in the pecking order, because I think more fans are more excited to see Zidane than Conte just because of the style. But the thing is, like I said, Conte has negatives in how he's a psychopath. He's not going to leave the club in a good spot. He's not a yes man. Zidane has never managed in the Premier League, while Conte has. Zidane also cannot speak English. He can only speak French, which is a huge outlier. But he will also get the best out of Paul Pogba. He will probably get Paul Pogba to re-sign a contract. Paul Pogba has always wanted to play under Zinedine Zidane. He said it when Zidane was at Real Madrid, and he always wanted to leave. You always saw the rumors of Pogba going to Madrid when Zidane was there. That was because Paul Pogba always wanted to play for Zinedine Zidane. Paul looks up to Zinedine, obviously French icon in the French game is Zinedine Zidane. But I think you're going to tie down Paul Pogba if you get Zinedine Zidane in. You're going to play some world-class football. And Zidane wanted Van de Beek when he was at Real Madrid. I can see Van de Beek getting into this team. You see Bruno Fernandes. I could see even maybe Fred play some better style football. You don't know. It's going to be very interesting. But big outlier with me for Zinedine Zidane is he can't speak English. That's going to be tough. He's never managed in the Premier League. There's very big positives about both these managers, but very big negatives about both these managers. One thing that I know for sure about these managers is they can handle big egos. Conte did it with Chelsea, and he's done it with Inter Milan. Zinedine Zidane did it perfectly at Real Madrid. First ever job. He couldn't have done it any better. So it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, Zidane managed Ronaldo. He manages Rafael Varane. So many big names I think Zidane would be able to handle. And I think he's going to get the best out of Sancho. I think he'd get the best out of Rashford. It is so interesting to see these two managers fighting for a job. Like I said, contact was made with Antonio Conte sometime today. I'm going to post this video right out after for you guys, so you guys can get this. 'Cause I don't know what's going to happen to the manager situation. By the time I put this up, who knows, Ole may be sacked. But guys, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'll quickly say who I'd rather out of these two. For me personally, I'd want Zinedine Zidane. He's a more progressive manager. He plays a more preferred system and formation to how I want to see us play. And I think he has the better players to suit his setup compared to Antonio Conte. I think Conte is just going to leave this team in a worse state than when he's got it. But guys, for me, I go Zinedine Zidane over Antonio Conte. But for me, the guy who I want isn't even being talked about in the picture, and that's Erik ten Hag. I'll make a separate video talking about Erik ten Hag and why I think he's the right guy for the job. But guys, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Drop a like, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.